everyone, and welcome to hole number 4 in the rookie division of the Club Oceania tournament. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, so let's go. As you will be able to see here, we're playing against an opponent that do have an extra mile level 4. An extra mile level 4 with the top spin here is not the club to go with. I would go with backspin, but in the end the extra mile here many of the times do have too little backspin. And then we need to change driver. I do definitely suggest that if we're not having wind to bounce over the island, like bounce on the island to get over the island, then we do need to use another driver. I would consider the quarterback be absolutely the best one there, because we do have a little bit more backspin and we do have a little bit more control. As you can see, going into the rough here is going to be very close, very hard to get to the green too from that distance. If having some tailwind here, we could pull out the big topper, maxed top spin using a ball with some power, and then we could bounce it potentially very close to the green. But now we do have headwind. We're going to use a navigator to give ourselves the power 1. So we do give ourselves a little bit more power. As you can see here, by using a Titan, we could be potentially having a little bit easier time to go to the island there. Have in mind that this ball is going to be affected more by the wind as we are playing over open water. We have just a shot, and even though we might not need to, but we're going to have to overpower because the ball is affected more by the wind. Getting it over there using the backspin combined with some curl to the right, and the curl to the right kind of counter from especially if we are not having enough backspin. Now we didn't have to do that, but that is a normal standard approach for me, so that's why I'm using curl. But our opponent should definitely have been using curl to the right. Then he would potentially put himself away from going into the rough. Now impossible for him to reach for the green with the machete. And that is, of course, a risk that you do take. Now, you will be able to see one of the, I would say, craziest second shots that is in the game. The reason it's crazy is that this ball is going to be affected around 25% more than the wind shows. So, as you will be able to see, we have 4.8. We're going to adjust this one for being 6 miles per hour. And we're still going to be a little bit off. The reason you will see just in tiny little bit. You can see here the difference of the elevations here, like from the platform we are playing to where we want our ball to bounce. We are starting on a higher point, a very much higher point, which means that the ball is going to be affected more by the wind. Add that to that we do have water as well on this hole, which means that this ball is going to be affected a lot by the wind. So I add 25% more into my adjustment, adjusted it for 6 miles per hour, getting it close to the pin, but in the end, have that in mind while adjusting that shot. Otherwise, I guess we will see some players wondering what did really happen. If having a tailwind and you might not having the driver with the backspin, or you don't want to bounce over the island, then you can go on the left side, try to drive as far as possible. Then it's required a wood club with a lot of distance. So this was hole number 4 in the Club Oceania tournament rookie division. The video is sponsored by Golf Clash and Playdemic, and you can practice this hole on tour number 5. It's also a hole of the Namhae Cliffs.